Hello everyone, welcome back to another high quality production video here featuring Mick Jagger, Primitive Cool, released September 14th, 1987. This is technically Mick's, I guess you would say, his second proper solo album, and he borrowed part of the cover from the initial drawing that Ronnie James Dio did for Holy Diver, and he just stuck it on there because he thought it looked kind of cool. So, anyways, we'll kick off this great album review and hopefully you enjoy it because I have a lot of fans out there growing day by day. Well, anyways, this record, first of all, before I get into the songs, it actually sounds really good. I think the production is a lot better than She's the Boss. And She's the Boss, not bad, but this one, it has a very crisp, nice sound to it, very clean. Some people might prefer a little more raunchier sound, but it's very clean sounding. A lot of great musicians, too many to name, but Jeff Beck, Omar Hakim, and a lot of other people. But the album sounds really, really good, and all the musicians are outstanding. And at times, Mick does sing in that sort of yelling kind of voice like he does on Dirty Work, and that he seemed to kind of transition to a bit in the 80s, different than his normal, just regular singing voice. But anyways, this one kicks off with Throwaway. I think it's a great album opener. It's a great song, extremely catchy. It sounds great. That's one I hadn't listened to in a long time till just recently listening to this record. And yeah, I love that song. It sounds great. Then it goes into Let's Work. And this was co-written with Dave Stewart from the Eurythmics, and you can really tell on this song. And I guess from what I read, this was the lead single. I think Throwaway should have been the lead single because this really sounds like the kind of song that might be in a commercial or something, and it has that Michael McDonald Sweet Freedom intro to it. But so it's a little bit goofy. I'm not crazy about it. It's too much Eurythmics for my taste. Nothing against the Eurythmics, but they're kind of an acquired taste for me. Then we go into Radio Control. Not bad, just a kind of mid-tempo rocker. Sounds pretty good, but then it's one of those songs, once it's over, you kind of forget about it. That's why I can hardly remember anything about it as we speak. And I literally listened to it like 10 minutes ago. Then we go into Say You Will. Another mid-tempo rocker, has a nice sound to it, but at just a little over 5 minutes long, it's a bit long. And there are songs on here, quite a few actually, that are in that 5 minute range. Even one later on that's almost 7 minutes. So I don't know. It's just maybe if he was going for regular hits or something, or wanted these songs played on the radio, which I'm sure he did, maybe he could have shortened these down to like 3.5 minutes or something. Then there's Primitive Cool, the title track, and this is a nice song, and Mick is singing in his regular voice, and just has a good, nice vibe to it, very cool, but once again, at just a little over 5 minutes long. It's a bit on the long side, and some of these, I know for me, I'm one of those people, like, I'm not really that into long songs. There's a few I like, but a lot of them just, I don't know, maybe I have a short attention span. And then we go to side two, which is Kowtow, like, I'm not going to kowtow to you. It's a decent song, but once again, 5 minutes. I know I'm beating a dead horse, but once again, just too long. Shave a minute or two off of it, and you got a nice song there, but I don't know if that's one that would have ever gotten played on the radio. And we go down to Shoot Off Your Mouth. And this sounds with the production like a little bit of an updated kind of song that could have been on Tattoo You. Almost, when I listen to it, I think of that song Neighbors on Tattoo You, or some of those kind of just hang fire. It's, kind of got a nice pace to it, and, Mick sings it good. And I just wonder if some of these songs, if maybe he had laying around for a while from years ago and said, maybe I'll put that into a song. That's what it kind of sounds like. And then we go to Party Doll, which is the obligatory Mick Jagger country song. It's not bad, but once again, it just drags because Can you guess what I'm going to say? Yeah, it's a little over the 5 minute mark, so it's going to drag, but it's not bad for, background music. And then the very last one, War Baby. And this one is almost 7 minutes long, and it's like Mick kind of going for that, kind of like making that epic kind of song, like, like, I don't know, I'm not quite Stairway to Heaven or something like that, but one of those type of songs where it kind of slow, it kind of builds, and it's not bad, but I think for an album closer by this point in time, it's just way too long at almost 7 minutes, and it's just, once again, a 7 minute long song's not going to get played on the radio. And you could say, well, maybe he doesn't care. He didn't care if these songs got played on the radio, but knowing from what I know and read about Mick, it seems like he would be wanting most of his songs to be played on the radio. Like, where Keith may not care as much, like he's just making songs because he likes them. Mick probably doing this to get out there and show what he can do, but all in all, songs just too long. But all in all, in review, this is a pretty cool record. I like it because Throwaway is great, but from everything I read, it didn't do as well as She's the Boss, and Mick would kind of ditch the solo stuff for a little while to reunite with the Stones, and seems kind of like a little bit of a lost album in Mick's catalog. Like, oh yeah, that was there. In the midst of 87 when it was released, you got a lot of other bands that are really cranking up, Whitesnake, Motley Crue, and all the newer, younger bands, if you want to throw Poison in there, and like that type of bands where they're just, these older guys are getting a little bit drowned out, but it's a cool record, and it's cool that, he was able to get this album cover from Ronnie James Dio, which was nice of Dio, because I wouldn't picture these two guys maybe hanging out, but I guess he really enjoyed that artwork. And so that's kind of cool. Well, anyways, we'll see you next time. I appreciate you for watching these videos and sticking around. And hopefully I'll see you again very soon. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.